right? You are an analyst, or you are in the accounting department, or you are doing some reconciliation, right? And by the way, as you are going to see when you are going to be doing database design in SQL, our data usually that we use is normalized, which means it's broken down into different tables. Okay, so you see that maybe you have a customer database and you have a sales database. So maybe you want to pick some particular sales for a customer. You need to look it up using formulas. And suppose there is this student 2, right? Student 2, and you want the marks for music. If you are going to do it the rudimentary way, you are going to say student 2 and marks for music, you come to say 62, and you come here and say 62, right? And for student 1 for music, it's 45. So you have to fill this manual, but you don't have to do that. Excel has formulas that are ready and that can help you. So I'll explain that. So from one powerful tool that one formula that you always meet when you are doing Excel work is the Vlookup. So Vlookup function looks up a supplied value in the first column of a table and returns the corresponding value from another column. Okay. So what happens is we have what we call keys when we are dealing with the data, right? So Vlookup works like this. You come here. We want to retain music marks for all these students, right? And bearing in mind the absolute and relative referencing that we did, it works here. So we want VLOOKUP. So on VLOOKUP, the moment you write an Excel formula, it gives you an intelligence like this, where it hints you on the value that comes first. Here, the first value is a lookup. So a lookup is a unique key that we use to look up into another table, and usually this should be on the leftmost part of your lookup table, and this should be unique. So this is our key, which is student number, right? So that's what we are using to look up, right? The next argument, which is in blue here, is a table array. So the table array is we select everything here, right? And we log this table function F4, and we log everything. Then the next argument is the index column. So index column is the position of the music marks, the position of the column. So students is in column 1, music is in column 2. So the column index is 2, right? Then lookup range, usually use exact match, which is a 0, or you can just come there and highlight. So we'll do this. So it will return what? 45. So what can we do? We can drag our formula down, then verify student 5 music marks is what? Is 100, and you can be assured that everything is okay. And suppose we don't log our lookup table, which is the second argument there. Let me unlog it. You see the consequences. So it may not be that exact in this case, but I will show you a particular case. Okay, so that's it, but we have to log our lookup array function F4. So maybe if there's anyone who is opening this workbook, you can try to do for Shona. Is there anyone who is following through?
Yes.
You can try to do it. Then if you are successful on Shona, we can go ahead, and if there are any questions, we address them. All right, guys, shall we continue?
Yes, on my end, you can continue.
Sorry?
Yes, on my end, you can continue. I've tried and
Did you win?
it's worked out. Yes, I win.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
All right, that's fine. So for sure now we'll do the same. Say equals to VLOOKUP. Our lookup value doesn't change. Then our table array remains the same. Our column index is now changing because Shona is not in 2, it's in 3. So we'll say 3, then 0, and so you say student 1, Shona is 93. Yes. So we'll drag this down. And we are done instead of us copying manually one by one. So that's it. And I will also teach you another trick as well. So what I will do is maybe let me copy this and maybe put it here. Right. I want to demonstrate something. Instead of you doing for each column that you want to return, VLOOKUP is this powerful functionality. VLOOKUP, we are looking up this student. The table array doesn't change. The column index, yeah, that's where the trick is. Instead of you writing for each column, you just say there is this curly bracket like this. So I will say I want column 2 and 3 and close like this. Then I'll put a 0. Can you see that it's automatically populating Shona? So I'll just drag my formula downward and it's doing for Shona. So this is another trick. If you already know about this lookup function, inside here where you are only putting one argument, you can put all the columns that you want, but in those curly brackets. So that's another trick that you can use. So there's now no need to what to write a formula for Shona, it's already populating. Okay. So Excel lookup functions are essential tools for searching and retrieving data from large datasets. Instead of manually scanning for information, you can use lookup functions to automatically return related value, right? So a lookup value is what you are searching for, e.g. employee ID. Table array, the table range that you are looking from. Then the column index, the number to return from. Then lookup range, you can see that it's in square brackets. It's false for exact match and true for approximate match. You can leave that, but by default, it uses false. Okay. So suppose you are doing sales analysis. You have sales data, maybe up to sales ID, up to sales ID, sales agent ID, and sales amount. But you want to return, you can't work with IDs. You want to know which agent did this sale, in which region is the agent, what was the target, percentage of target, and what in status, right? Right. So we want to, given the agent ID, we want to retrieve the agent name. Okay. So we'll do equals to Vlookup. We want to look for what agent ID, right, from this table. So mind you, the lookup value should always be in the first column of your lookup table. That's the disadvantage of Vlookup. So you see how HLookup can now avoid that shortfall, right? So index column is, we want agent name is in column 2. Then we can put a 0. Then we are like this. So you see that agent 001 is Alice. So we can now have Alice, and we drag down and we have our agent names. Instead of you scanning one by one and what, and we can even cross check sales agent number 10 is what, Jacob Moyo, which is Jacob Moyo, right? And we would want maybe the region where this agent is selling. We can still come here and say Vlookup. Agent ID is not changing. The table array is not changing. We select here. The column index now is changing because region is in column 3. We'll say 3 and 0, and it's done. So Alice Nube is in what, is in north. Then we can what? We can drag down. And we have this. But like I have explained in the previous example, this may waste our time, right? We can use the curly brackets here to list all the columns that we want. So we want column 2 for name, then region is in column 3, then target is in column 4. So you see that it's automatically what, populating all these, and we can drag our formula down, and these are automatically populated. So there's no need to write for each column. You can use those curly brackets, and this can save you time, and trust me. So that's it. Right. And we want to see, based on the sales amount that this agent had, we want to see if the target, the percentage target. So we say this over what? Over that, to see. Okay. Right. We'll do some data cleaning. Right. You can see that my formula is refusing. Why? My Excel doesn't allow comma. So these are some of the problems that you have to deal with. So I'm replacing a comma with what? With nothing. Okay, so I will have to replace here and replace the source. Okay, so for me, it doesn't want the comma. So also fix here where our formula is taking. We find the comma and replace with nothing. So these are some of the tricks that you have to do. You can format this. We can format this to what? To United States dollars. And as well, we can format this. Same applies to this. Can do some formatting. Right? So we want now to find the percentage of target to say how far was this sales agent to the target. So we'll do this and drag down and format this as a percentage. So as you can see, some are below 100, some are over 100. What does this mean? I want responses from you guys. Sheila, what does this mean when the sales target is below 100?
When it's below 100, it means they didn't reach the target by that percentage.
Okay. What if it's above 100?
They surpass the target by that percentage that is above 100.
Okay, that's fine. So suppose we have many million rows and we want to see the status. Maybe I'll take this time to introduce conditional statements or logical functions, right? So we want to put a flag, a status here to say equals to if this is greater than or equal to 100, then what? Target reached. Else below target. Right? Okay. I didn't close here, so it's giving me a prompt, right? Why is it giving us below target for everything? Okay, let's try. Right, so it's between 0 and 1. So all those which are above 100 target has been reached, which are below target has not been reached. And we can do some formatting as well, like the first lecture that we did. When we said we can do conditional formatting here, you can do your coloring like this, indicating maybe the highest will be in green and the lowest will be in red. So we have those those color formats, right? And you can even also do some icon sets. You can even use this one, where those in green, they have what? They have reached the target. Those in yellow, they are slightly below. Those in red, maybe they are the worst performing. And maybe instead of using this, here we are just trying to enhance the report. Here we can, let's say maybe we want to evaluate everything maybe that is below 70, that is below 98%. Maybe we are taking 2% confidence interval. All these in red are below what? Are below 2%. And maybe suppose you now want to cement your analysis with some analysis. You can even highlight this and the region and the cells, and you can come here and insert what? Insert your charts like this. You now have what? Your chart. So you are now combining the skills. You now have your chart. Maybe it can help you to visualize, right? But this won't be okay because it's repeating. So what you have to do is maybe you can resort to a pivot chart. New column, then let's say agent name and sales amount USD. Right? Right? That's what we have here. And you can even change the agent name maybe with region. Right? And you can see that Central had the highest sales. And you can now include what? Your data labels. Something like this. Okay. So you are now improving your analysis. So that's it on Vlookup. Any questions? Tanash, are you okay?
Yes.
That's fine. Sheila, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever used Vlookup before?
Whilst I was in school.
So why is it that you haven't faced any situation where you can use it now? Is it that the data is not applicable or what?
It's not applicable. It's not applicable. Plus, I didn't know when to use it. I think I didn't know when to use it, but the data is applicable.
That's fine. So are you confident that maybe starting tomorrow you can implement it?
Yes, I'm not confident.
All right, that's fine. So you can do more practice. So that's VLOOKUP for you. I'll remove this. Okay, then let me go to HLookup. Right, this is another situation that you can face, because the data that you receive, at times it will come either as a wide or long. Here, this is now different. Here, when we're doing this example, our data is arrayed in a vertical format. The agent ID is going down, and same applies here. But come to this situation. You want to look up for English marks, right? But English now is going horizontally, not vertically. So how do you do it? You say HLookup. HLookup, we are looking for what? For student, right? This is our table array. Row index. Now we are returning the row, not the column. So we are counting let's say 1, 0, and this. And let's student 5, student 6, sorry, it should be 2, not 1. So student 6, 1, 2. It's not returning. What's the issue here? Let me check here. Okay, let's do using this example. C5 in that, Q2 cells. Okay, let's do using this example. Okay, so we want to find Q2 cells, right? Right, so what we do here, we'll say, let me remove this formula. Equals to HLookup we are looking up this, and we log that we log this, then row index Q2. Right here, that trick works as well. Q2 is in 1, 2, 3, is in 3. Q4 is in what? Q4 is in 5. Then Q3 is in 5, and this is in 4, and we can do this. Right? So Q2 cells for Alice. Q2 cells, that's 9,400. Right? That's it. So we can even drag down. I think this then should work. So this HLookup is the opposite for Vlookup. So on this one we'll be just looking horizontal. So that's how it works. But usually Xlookup will work in most cases. I don't know if there are any questions. I think here it was supposed to be 5. Right. 5, which is 85 English, something like that. So that's how it's supposed to work. So that's it. So that's it for HLookup. I think the example I've shared there, it has the formula. Maybe you can just trace how it's working. But of importance here is maybe to know the difference between HLookup and Vlookup. But Vlookup is a must know. All right. So I'll introduce XLookup. So for XLookup, this is an hybrid for Vlookup. So XLookup is the hybrid for Vlookup. Like if you can remember, I said Vlookup is a disadvantage where for you to do it, the lookup key should be the first, right? So let's do it. For example, let's try to use Vlookup here. We want to look up for the agent name using the agent ID from this table and return 2. So you see that even if we drag down, we'll get NA. Why? The lookup value, which is the agent ID, is not first in our lookup table. So VLOOKUP doesn't work in such instances because the value that we want to return is on the left of the agent ID, and agent ID is not first. So if you were to do it, we have to copy this, paste it on the left. But XLOOKUP, it was introduced to counter those problems. So to do XLOOKUP, and the beauty about it is you can also introduce you can do error catching. So equals to XLOOKUP. We want to search for this in this table array. We log this, and we want to return this. Number 2. What's happening there? Sorry, we want to return this. My formula is playing 6 here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, sorry. We don't select the entire table array. We select the lookup array, which is this. So now here we are not selecting the entire table. It's a lookup array. We select only the column. And we log this. Then the return array, which is where is our name. Then you can see that all the arguments that are happening there, they are in square brackets, which means they are optional. So what I can do here is value if not found. I can even say not available. Not found. We say exact match. Search mode again. We can ignore this. So this is Alice Moyo AG001. We can drag this down. And if we are to log this, maybe in our target, so we can change this to this. Right, and this to that. We are just changing. Then let's drag our formula down. So you can see that we don't have an agent ID 9 and 10. So by using HLookup, we are able to capture that. You can even tell it what to write in case the value is not there. Value not what? Value not found. And we can then go ahead to do whatever we were doing. I think this is the same table that we used. So HLookup is beautiful. Maybe if we were using Vlookup before, it's high time that you can now start to use HLookup. HLookup is good. And I think as you can see on the comparison table there, on the feature search direction, Vlookup is only rightward. Like I said, the lookup key should be on the left, and all your return columns should be on the right. So HLookup is left, up and down. Column indexed in Vlookup it's yes, in HLookup it's no. Error handling. In Vlookup, if you want to handle errors, you use if error. But HLookup, it has a built-in if not found. Then works on rows and columns. Vlookup is vertical. HLookup is both horizontal and vertical. So Vlookup was introduced in 2003. HLookup is a bit new 2020. So reverse lookup is not possible in Excel, but in Vlookup it's possible. So that's the advantage of using HLookup over Vlookup. Any questions? Hello?
I have no question.
You got it?
I got it, but I will have to revise.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, if you do revise, you get the gist. And there's an exercise as well on this one, so it will help you as well.
Okay. I'm following them.
Okay, that's fine. Tanashe, are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
That's fine.
That's
So
fine.
for lookups, I think this is enough for today. Index match and index match. Yeah, those ones are a bit advanced. We'll try to cover them once you understand these three, right? So we have to return to this slide sometime later.